Job growth in the restaurant industry has been choppy headed into the summer season. That's according to a recent study now from the National Restaurant Association.
News Center Maine's Drew Peters joins us with more on how this could be impacting local businesses. Hi, Drew.
Hey, Brian and Amanda. I was able to sit down with a couple different restaurant owners, actually, who are having some staffing challenges going into this summer. Not only inflation and rising costs, as you both mentioned, but they say it's actually from a lack of affordable places for staff to live nearby.
Yeah, we're steady.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people on my way in.
There's no shortage of tasks for Ilma Lopez and her staff as they get ready for a busy Portland summer.
We have been trying to schedule and to move stuff around so they're maximizing the time at work.
A decision to hopefully cut costs, not for the business, but her employees.
We have people that they rather do just like a few shifts a week, but have really long shifts, so it's worth the traveling here, the drive here. And then we also have people that just can't afford just moving here.
Challenges that Lopez says has forced longtime staff members to quit and deterred much-needed replacements.
One of the reasons that we don't have enough team members to be able to work in either restaurants or across the city is the lack of affordability, the lack of housing.
A mix of unaffordable housing and rising costs affecting things like fuel prices that fellow restaurant owner David Turin says he's also contending with.
Every single thing is more expensive. I mean, there isn't anything that's gone down in cost really at all.
And while he's managed to keep a steady level of employees going into this summer, he says the biggest staffing challenge for him has been trying to maintain hours and wages to help workers keep up with the rising cost of living here in Maine.
We have a fair number of people who've had to pick up a second job because maybe we don't have the hours that they would like, or maybe if you're a tip earner, we just don't have the customer counts that we've had in past years.
And if Maine sees a decline in the number of tourists visiting compared to previous years, Becky Jacobson with Hospitality Maine says restaurants throughout the state could be in for a tough summer.
The whole operation has just gotten more complicated, and it's harder to get them where they need to be. Can they afford to live there? How do you put them up?
Questions Lopez and Turin say they hope to answer together.
I think every business is trying to figure out how to make it work because times are tough.
Staff with Hospitality Maine say they have worked with some restaurants to develop workforce housing or public means of transportation to try to help their employees out. Live in the studio, Drew Peters, News Center Maine.